Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and another paper crafting video. Today I get to share with you the Glimmer Hot Foil Kit of the Month from Spellbinders for November 2022. This is the kit that changes everything. Maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic, but I'm super excited because this new kit has one plate and one die, but it does not cut out one thing. It does not hot foil one thing. It hot foils multiple things with one pass through the Glimmer hot foil system and die cutting machine. The plate is going to fit on a piece of cardstock that measures approximately 3.5 inches by 5, and when you cut your foil, it's already 5 inches wide. So you really only need to make one cut, and that's at 3.5 inches. I'm using the quick trimmer by Spellbinders and the little blade labeled foil. You put your blade in the groove where you want to cut it, and you have a perfectly cut, perfectly sized piece of foil. I love that. So I'm putting that onto a light pink piece of cardstock, pretty side up, putting my plate face down. I'm going to tape the two together because I don't want it to move around, and then I'll put it face down onto my preheated Glimmer hot foil system. I put the spacer pads on top, press the timer. That's going to set for about a minute. When it's done, I pull that whole entire plate system off the dock and run it through the die machine, and those are the only plates that you need, and it comes with the system. I love that. Okay, let's check out what this hot foil plate is going to foil for us. I think you're going to be as excited about it as I am. I know this is not a new thing in the world of hot foiling, but it's new to Spellbinders, and I think it's fabulous. So I'm going to do this in a few more colors. Probably like 5 more colors to make an entire rainbow of hot foiling because it is so fast. Through just running this through my system 6 times, I'm going to be able to create multiple cards with multiple flowers on them. So there are 3 flowers, 2 stem-like things, and 2 leaves, plus the sentiment, hot foiled all at once. The foil I'm using is Aura. It's a gold foil with an iridescent finish, and it's my favorite. It hot foils really well on multiple kinds of cardstock, like colored cardstock, which I'm using today. So here you can see all of the colors. I have a beautiful rainbow, but let's talk about some troubles. So here I have some overfoiling. It is overfoiled outside the bounds of the hot foil plate. So I've taken my mono sanding eraser and just sanded it away, and now it's perfect. It's gone. But that doesn't really matter because our die is going to cut this out. Here I have excess foiling. There's foil there that didn't peel away. It's very loose on top of the paper, so I can use a stiff bristled brush and just brush it off. So those are 2 things you may encounter and 2 simple tricks to fix it. Okay, now let's take a look at the die. This is going to cut out all the pieces for me. I can't tell you how much I love this, and it made it so easy for me to make multiple slimline cards. So I'm taping this in place. It has a window you can see through, get everything lined up. I found it easiest to make sure the sentiment was nice and straight inside that rectangle, and it helped me line everything else up so easily. All right, so there's all the pieces. You can see the 2 flowers that are round, 1 on a stem, 2 stem pieces, 2 leaves, and the sentiment. And there's all of them cut out, and I only had to use my die machine 6 times to die cut out all of that yummy goodness. Okay, I'm also using the embossing folder of the month. This is Fan Motif Embossing Folder. It's 9 by 6, and I'm going to emboss 6 pieces of paper. I'm using my universal plate system. It tells me right on there what plates I need, the platform A, plate B, the embossing folder with the paper in it, and cutting plate C right on top. I'll run that through my die machine. And by the way, if you purchase a platinum die cutting machine starting now, it will come with the universal plate system, which is amazing because you can use it with 3D embossing folders. All right, so there are my 6 backgrounds embossed, ready to go. I love splatter, so I'm going to add a little bit of something to these backgrounds with some gold metallic watercolor. I'm dragging my loaded paintbrush on the edge of a piece of plastic, and it really makes a nice fine splatter, and that gold is going to be so perfect for the background on my cards. So I've laid out all the pink flowers on this background, I'm putting the sentiment in the center, and then I'll glue everything in place now that I have it laid out and know where I want things to go. And I'm going to repeat this process with all of my die cuts, all of my Glimmer hot foil die cuts. And that is going to give me 6 different cards. I thought because I could easily mass produce 6 cards, I'm only going to like change up kind of the placement of where I put the flowers, and then I will have a set of 6 birthday cards, and I thought it would make the perfect gift. So I'm going to create 6 birthday cards that I can give to someone, and they can use those to give away on people's birthdays. Does that make sense? A gift of cards. I'm mounting this onto a color coordinated base. Now, I didn't have enough of the really light pink cardstock that I used to make a slimline card base, so I just went a shade darker, and I really like it. I'm embellishing this with some rhinestones. These are milk glass rhinestones. They're kind of a milky white color, like you almost see a translucency to them, but not quite. And then they have that iridescent finish. So I just put those in and around this card to really bring up that wow factor with some embellishments. So there's the finished card. And from here on out, I'm going to show you the finished card and then the embellishment I put on it. So you can see I changed the arrangement of the flowers a little bit, but kept the same layout. These are the fortune teller embellishments. They are like enamel dots. They have a frosty white, or it's kind of clear but frosty with an iridescent hint to them. And they are perfect for these cards. And I love just changing up my embellishment for something like a little different than the card I used before. So on the yellow card, I have crystal clear rhinestones. These are like a staple. I think these would go with so many things. Plus, they're perfect for wintry, Christmassy cards too. So here you can see what they look like on the card. Now, they're not quite as crystal clear here because the glue I used to glue them on is still drying. All right, for card number 4, the green card, I have another embellishment, and that is the boiled sugar drops. These are just clear as clear can be. They're kind of like an enamel dot, and that they're not quite as rounded as a pearl. They're a little bit more flat, and they have a flat back. And so I'll glue those down, and you can see what they look like right here. And then we will move on to our blue card. Also, I did not have the same color of light blue to make a card base, so I went a shade darker. I'm loving that though. All right, so the embellishments we're using here are wintry white rhinestones. They are white with an iridescent finish. Now, these embellishments are all from the Trinity stamp shop. I love their embellishments. I'll link all of this for you below, and when you hop over there to check them out, you can see all the other amazing embellishments they have. For the purple card, I did use some pearls. These are something new pearls. So they are white with like a holographic finish to them. See how shiny they are? A little bit like silvery. Oh, they so look like something you would put on a wedding card, which this could totally be for a bride. It doesn't have to be a birthday, right? So there's all 6 of the cards. I think they're going to make a great gift. They could even be for somebody for Christmas, like a teacher gift maybe, but I think that they would make a great birthday gift, or, you know, just when you're catching up with somebody that you haven't seen in a while and you bring them a little bundle of cards. Like anybody would be able to use this. So I'm going to tie these up with a little bit of some like organza type ribbon, and then I will tuck some envelopes in there as well to finish it off. But there is the little gift ready to go. Look at all those gorgeous cards. So quick and easy to make because of this die and plate set. So I thought it was so easy. I thought I better make a birthday card to go with the birthday gift. And so I foiled them all again and die cut them all again, and it took practically no time at all. And now I'm arranging all of these on my base. So I'm just going to fill up this background. You can see I did the same background as before, the embossing with the gold splatter. Once I had everything where I wanted it, then I started to glue it down. Now you could use a piece of the cling foil that is tacky and pick all of this up and glue it. However, mine is just kind of placed here and there, and not everything was like perfectly arranged. So I'm just going to pick it up and glue it. But you know what? I'm pretty fast at this. You should see how fast I can do this. Just kidding. It's the magic of editing. But it is kind of relaxing to do flower arranging when it's just paper. I don't know, maybe you're into like actual flower arranging, but I'm not as good at that as I am at this. So this is where I find my floral arranging fun, is with paper. So I've just put them in rainbow order and cascade them down the card, and it was just really fun to do and mix and match the different flowers on there. And I have a ton left over. Well, maybe not a ton. I have quite a few pieces left over that I can use to make at least 2 or 3 cards. So I trimmed off anything that hung off of the edge, as hard as that was for me. Is that hard for you? Like sometimes I feel bad cutting off those little pieces. So I had this little bit of leaf left over that I felt was big enough. I'll just reattach it right there. And then I had a hole up by the orange section, and I put another leaf there as well to just fill it in. And I also moved the leaf on the pink flower at the very top a little bit. It just felt like it was angling down a little bit too much, and that completed my very full floral background. I have a piece of vellum, and this tape runner is made for vellum, and my friend got it for me at a scrapbook show, and I love it. So I'm sticking this vellum down, and then I'll trim off the excess, and it kind of disappears into the background, and you cannot really see the vellum adhesive. Plus, I'm going to put something on top of it, my sentiment. So it's going to really kind of camouflage the fact that there's a tape runner there, but so you can really only see it if I hold it up, and because we know it's there, but it's very good adhesive. All right, so there's my sentiment, celebrating you today. And then I'm going to put this on a white card. I love a white embossed background on a white card. And slimline cards for all the cards in my video today are 8.5 by 3.5. Now I have some confetti pieces. These are called Glass Slipper. They are white confetti pieces, and they have an iridescent finish. So that's kind of the theme I was going for. Something subtle, because these cards are busy. I didn't want to take away from the hot foiling, but just kind of accent it. So I thought I would just share with you some of the really cool embellishments from Trinity Stamps. And they all glue down really well. So there is the finished birthday card. It really is like a busy card, but it did not take a ton of work at all to do. So there you can see the birthday card and the birthday gift of birthday cards. And I really hope that Spellbinders will continue to make their hot foiling plates like this one. It was so fun to me that I was able to make so much in one setting on my Glimmer hot foil system. I didn't have to hot foil multiple pieces, and so it just made it for like stress-free hot foiling, stress-free die cutting, because that die cuts the hot foiled image right on the hot foiled line. So even if you don't line it up perfect, it doesn't look weird. You know what I mean? If you get it off a little bit, it's totally fine. Thank you so much for stopping by and letting me share this awesome new plate set with you. If you would like to see more hot foil videos, I'll have my playlist for hot foiling at the end of this video. If you have questions about hot foiling, let me know, because I do a lot of it. I will see you all again very soon on the next video. Happy stamping! Bye!